Wave is on the horizon. The June 25th edition of NXT will continue to set the stage for the Gold brand's next PLE. Trick Williams faced off with Sean Spears in a non-title bout following a wild finish to NXT last week. Tony D'Angelo puts his Heritage Cup online against Nathan Fraser, and there was much more on the show. But we started things off with number one contender tag team turmoil, and it was Anoa'i and Blade who opened with Bate and Dunn. New Catch Republic took the first fall with the elimination. Apollo Crews arrived to distract the LWO, setting up Bate to hit Berto with a Tyler Drive 98 for the win. The OC couldn't stop the runners. Dunn caught Anderson with a roll up. Andre Juice caught a vulnerable Bate with a diving crossbody to pick up the 3 count no for the win. This was a great match in terms of in-ring quality, but the booking was a bit weird. The babyface Chasey took advantage of New Catch Republic after they got 3 straight wins coming off as fluke winners. This contest could have focused on more actual NXT talent than it did. Instead, it was the first true team was eliminated, and Chasey came in for a last minute victory. Fraser and Axiom will have a great clash with Hudson and Chase, so that's definitely something to look forward to. But yeah, just not totally convinced on the booking. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Before next up on the NXT, All Ego Ethan Page came out and to demand an NXT Championship match against Trick Williams. The NXT GM came out, followed by Sean Spears, who considered himself worthy of a title shot. When Trick came out to confront them both heels beat him down until Giovanni Evans made the save. This is all clearly building to a 4-way match. Heatwave with Trick and Spears already booked for later on Tuesday. It did not make much sense for the segment to take out time on an older show. Still, Page and Spears got solid promos, setting up a bit more tension between these 4 men, and that will continue to escalate until Heatwave, you would imagine. Next up, we got Wesley against Joe Coffey. Wesley was focused and determined, and he wiped out Coffey quickly. He finished with a cardiac kick. Obafemi congratulated Lee at the stage and told him he would have to wait and see him at Heatwave. This was shockingly short. Lee squashed Joe. The result did make sense if Lee's going to be a true challenge for the dominant North American champ. However, it does seamlessly hamper the forward momentum of Gallus. The Scottish trio returned with a splash, but have been fallen back into familiar rhythm as the Fall Guys for more popular talent. It would have been a net positive to make this a little more competitive, especially since Femi is more than likely going to beat Lee. But at the same time, I'm a big fan of Wesley, and yeah, maybe I'm not so keen on Gallus's next. So yeah, maybe for slightly biased reasons, I'll give it 7 out of 10. But in terms of booking, yeah, probably would have got a bit lower. But moving on then to Tony D against Nathan Fraser. Fraser rolled out D'Angelo in round 1 to get the fall after 42 seconds. The Don responded with an impactful spine buster and a minute into the second round for his first fall. A right shoulder injury down the stretch gave Fraser an opening, but the bell saved the Don until he couldn't hit a elevated spine buster for the final fall in round 6. These quick falls in the first 2 rounds more or less invalidated the format, as most of the action happened for the third fall. Both men are too well established to lose quickly. However, this one got more serious. In round 3, this got very good. Fraser showed some interesting heel instincts as he targeted the injury of Tony D and grew increasingly more frustrated with near misses. This was heavily driven by the work of the challenger though. The Don sold the impact of Fraser's offense well, helping him shine without losing the story of the battle. It was an odd finish though that D'Angelo never went for his usual spine buster, instead heavily relying on the spine buster. The Don Neither Wing continues to grow as a competitor in these Heritage Cup match, and Fraser still has the tag champs to kind of spine the spotlight on. So yeah, I thought the victory made sense, and yeah, it was a really fun match as well, so I'm going to give it 7 out of 10. Roxanne Perez made quick work for Carmen Petrovic, planting her with a pot rocks for the win. After the win, Low Device laid out Perez with a spinning back fist and walked out with the Women's Championship. This looked like an opportunity to keep up Petrovic's momentum. Instead, she was completely outmatched by the champ. The NXT Women's Champ does not need to step in the ring for a non-title squash yet. This is what it became. The action was harmless, but missed an opportunity to keep Carmen's momentum. Vice got her expected revenge on the prodigy from last week and then walked out with a gold that she has not yet earned. NXT still hasn't done enough to kind of establish Vice as the fan favourite in this angle as well, you feel, which is a bit of an issue. So yeah, we got a bit of a middling segment involving the Women's Championship before it's time for Damien Kemp versus Tavion Heights. Heights survived the best offense to Damien Kemp and planted him with a belly-to-belly suplex for the win. Heights, being a no-quarter catch crew, is a win for the stable. He has the talent to shine and just needed a spotlight. The main concern is that he's flashier than his new stablemates and could outshine them quickly. Kemp especially has had trouble finding his way in this group and looks weak in this match. This was another squash match on a night overloaded with one-sided performances. So yeah, I'm going to give this a 5 out of 10. It just kind of feels like we've seen this all before. And Jay, it's a bit of a shame. I like Damon Kemp, that he didn't really get more offense in, but yeah, you can tell the priority was all kind of really on Tavion here. Before it's time for Saul Rocker against Ariana Grace, and Ariana Grace tried her best to keep Rocker off her game as Saul Satcher sealed the victory. Afterwards, Kalani Jordan came out to stand with her future challenger for a Heatwave promo. At Ruka's level of experience, matches like this were always possible, but she remained relatively clean in her to this point. And this was bad and entirely on the number one contender. Ruka was slipping all over, trying to hit her spots. While she has all the talent in the world, she looked out of her depth, while Grace did not do enough to turn it all around. Hopefully she gets this out of her system so that Jordan and Ruka can have a show stealer at Heatwave. But yeah, this wasn't really very good. I mean, obviously it's NXT, you have to appreciate they're learning on the job, but yeah, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Before it's time for Trick Williams against Shawn Spears, and they were working a competitive match until Brooks Jensen stormed the ring. He blasted the champ with over the announce table with a C4 started the chairman to win. Ava announced about the 4 men would face off in a fatal 4-way at Heatwave. The main event would complete the chaos to the point of overbooking. While Javon Evans stayed in the back, even Page worked commentary until Warring Monster struck. Even Jensen's controversial story got involved in the main event, which is a step too far. It just kind of feels like there's too much going on. Trick and Spears are fine together. It's hardly spectacular, but the goal was always going to be that fatal 4-way. And yeah, I'm really liking the way it's leading up. Going to be a really fun match, that with the characters involved, or at least it should be. So yeah, on the whole, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. And overall, NXT this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought, yeah, a pretty solid show on the whole. Enjoyable. I don't know, there were some segments that maybe weren't as good, but on the whole it was pretty fun. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10, but yeah, definitely some stuff that could be ironed out. Hey guys, that's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.